You're holding me and holding back. I don't really care for that. Just you. There's a pause between every minute. Feeling like I need something. It's just you.
Wonder, 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 wonder.
2008 was a year when gaming titans like GTA 4, Fallout 3, Dead Space, and Left 4 Dead were introduced to the world. Then there was Mirror's Edge, which stood out as a little anomaly. Mirror's Edge took guns and explosions away and replaced them with parkour and minimal combat. Parkour, to anyone who doesn't know, is the activity or sport of moving rapidly through an area, typically in an urban environment, negotiating obstacles by running, jumping, and climbing. Faith Connors, our main protagonist of this series, emerged as an iconic heroine. Mirror's Edge was a bold declaration at the time that a game could be both adrenaline pumping and profoundly unique. The original Mirror's Edge introduced players to a place called the City of Glass, a stark and eerily clean city where control and spying were the norm. Buildings loomed large and were mostly white, with only small pops of bright color. This simple look wasn't just for style, it reflected the game's themes about losing freedom and the dangers of too much order. Hidden within the city were the runners, daring messengers who broke the rules to deliver secrets. Faith Connors, athletic and strong-willed, was their fearless leader and a symbol of fighting back. Faith was a different kind of game hero though. She wasn't about fancy weapons or superpowers, but about her skill, her smarts, and her determination to stand up to those in charge. She was a powerful symbol of using your body to challenge the system and reclaiming your right to move freely without being watched. Mirror's Edge wasn't simply about reaching your destination, it was about the thrill and challenge of how you got there. The game shattered expectations by putting you directly into Faith's shoes, letting you feel the world through her eyes. Every leap, slide, and daring wall run was experienced intensely, the successes exhilarating, the failures were a gut-wrenching reminder of the consequences. This first-person perspective, combined with the way it simulated speed and momentum, created a sense of danger unlike most action games. It wasn't about being an unstoppable force, it was about being smart, agile, and learning to master your movement perfectly to escape those who sought to control you. The game emphasized the power of careful planning and precise execution, proving that sometimes skill and determination could be your greatest weapons. The core gameplay of thrilling runs and leaps was made even better by the game's unique look. Runner vision highlighted important objects in bright red, guiding Faith through the city's maze-like buildings. This wasn't just helpful, it was a powerful symbol. A splash of rebellion against the city's cold, controlled design. This mix of the useful and the meaningful was what made Mirror's Edge special. The game also captured the feeling of speed and flow. As Faith gained momentum, the world seemed to blur slightly, ramping up the tension and making every successful escape feel just that much sweeter. Mirror's Edge wasn't just about the way it looked or played. The music was a huge part of the experience. The electronic soundtrack by Solar Fields was intense and atmospheric, shifting to match the action on screen. Sometimes it was quiet and mysterious, mirroring those moments where Faith had to sneak and hide. Other times, the beat pounded, matching the heart-racing rush of leaping across rooftops with enemies close behind. Every part of Mirror's Edge, the movement, the visuals, and the sound, worked together to make the act of running feel powerful and expressive, like a form of art. Upon release, critical response was pretty divided. Its originality and boldness were undeniable, but the simplified combat, at times frustrating difficulty, and linear structure drew criticism. Mirror's Edge wasn't interested in typical power fantasies. Instead, it demanded patience, precision, and an eventual hard-won sense of flow. Some found this captivating, others frustrating. It wasn't a conventional game, and thus it wouldn't please a conventional crowd. 8 years later, Mirror's Edge Catalyst arrived as a reboot, offering a vastly expanded and visually stunning vision of the City of Glass. It abandoned the original's focused linearity in favor of a sprawling open-world environment. While this offered new freedom to explore, it also sacrificed the relentless forward momentum that defined the first game's experience. Catalyst also expanded Faith's moveset, making her even more fluid, but combat remained a weak point. It was a beautiful and ambitious experience, but for some, it lacked the first game's heart-pounding intensity and the deep satisfaction that came from mastering its tightly designed challenges. Despite this mixed reception, the Mirror's Edge series left a lasting mark on gaming history. Faith Connors endures as an iconic figure, a symbol of both defiance and the pure exhilaration of unrestricted movement. While its commercial success may have been uneven, the series undeniably influenced the industry. It sparked broader interest in first-person parkour mechanics and made other developers consider how environmental interaction could drive gameplay. Games like Dying Light and Titanfall are some of those games that were inspired by Mirror's Edge's gameplay. Mirror's Edge took a risk, and while not everyone loved it, the game found its own special place in the world. It reminded us that gameplay can be thrilling, even when it's focused on something as simple as running and jumping. It showed us that a strong character and a unique look can make a game memorable. The future of the series might be unknown, but the spirit of Faith lives on.